feel free to get dessert, drinks, whatever you need while we're.
And then let's see, we got
The long bar is for the next varsity letter.
okay. So if
And
you
the
already
short
got your
bar is
varsity
for the
letter,
next scholar athlete
scholar athlete. Okay.
in lieu of.
Okay. So I'll just start with Leilani. Okay. Leilani. Just do all the kids together. And then we've got Dylan. So he's got a lot of bars. Zach. Come on. And then we've got Haley. So when I did cross country, it's back in high school, we used to get like a little shoe. You guys don't get shoes? That's not a thing anymore?
I don't remember them
They
getting
have the little
it.
cute little wings.
Cody got one.
Yeah. Okay, Emily.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Then we've got Marina. Mackenzie. All right, and we've got Isabella. We're gonna load them up here. We got lots of things. Mackenzie.
Certificates that were made for you for scholar athletes. We have 8 scholar athletes on this team.
3.5 or higher.
Dylan.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole team.
I see another award tonight this time.
Look at all the scholars we have. That's pretty freaking amazing. Woohoo! Yay! You, right?
It was Haley, Leilani, and Isabella.
Okay, so I know there was a couple of you. Okay. So
One's for Dylan.
so we have Dylan.
One's for Marie.
Leilani, you already have it. Haley, you have it. Okay, Emily. Sorry, I can't remember who's supposed to give this to you. You have yours already? You don't.
She's like, give me that.
We had bought these.
That would be my daughter, Marina, grabbing at the patch.
Okay, so sorry. There's some that everybody's pretty much looking at it.
It is mine. Just kidding.
Oh, okay.
So I noticed that last year we had received all league certificates, but this year we don't know where they are. So I'm gonna hunt those down too. I have a list of things to hunt down for you guys. So we might have another get together for the missing things, since we're new and the person who does the stuff for the school is new. A few things fell through the cracks this time. So I'm gonna look for those all league certificates, because last year it had your names on it. You made first team or second team. So we're gonna look for those and then.
Yeah, okay, go ahead and you guys can sit down. I'm gonna bring Brandon Roquea. He's gonna help us out. So, you guys know who Brandon is? I'd like to know, but he's got books, and he was kind enough to come and help us out today.
Hey guys, my name's Brandon Roquet. I'm a field representative for Senator Wills. I mean, you guys are back-to-back champs on a couple different things. But one of the things I'm here to do is present 2 certificates, one from Senator Scott Wilk, the other one from 5th District Los Angeles County Supervisor Catherine Barger to Dylan Anderson. Yay! Just as a token of congratulations for all you've done, the leadership trying to pull together.
But I just want to take a couple minutes just to thank everybody. This was a really fun experience. experience for both of us. As you know, we're new, we were kind of winging some of the things, but you guys have amazing kids. You guys are amazing. What can I say? I mean, definitely some great moments, some very memorable things that I can think of. Just one off I know not all of you were able to make the running camp, but for us, that was a really big highlight because I felt like you guys bonded as a team, and I really felt like I got to know some of you. Obviously, I knew a couple of you for years, since you were 8, and you, Dylan, forever. So that was really, really a fun, great experience. Obviously, there were some highlight moments during the running camp. Certainly, the house was kind of funny. So that was always kind of an interesting little, with all those crazy stairs. But I think for me, personally, just as a coach, I think the highlight for me was that the last day, actually, when we all ran that PCT and the Pacific Crest Trail, and Zach was there too. And we stopped off and we parked at the View, and we had to go down that crazy hill. And I think half of you were like, "What is she making us do? This is insane. This is not cross country. This is something else." And we just need to get onto the PCT. And I think that the fun part about it was a challenging trail run, and as an individual, as a runner, and as a team member. And I think we were always like, making sure we provided what we could to get you guys to perform the way that you wanted to perform. And I think the league final, I always felt like, did we run enough? Are we peaking at the right time? We don't want to peak too early. We don't want to not peak at all. And it was always trying to find that perfect match. But it wasn't like finding a perfect match for one person. You guys collectively are a team, but running's weird, right? You have to run individually also. So I think what was so awesome about that league final is everybody did so awesome, and everybody probably had the best race ever. And that was really, just really fun to see, because it wasn't an easy course, and you guys, I could tell you brought it, and you delivered, and it paid. So that was fun. So I'm gonna, do you want to say anything? I get emotional here. Okay. No?
I don't know. We've had so many fun runs. Like, I looked back at pictures, looking for rows for pictures, and we had like the Devil's Chair and just random places that Molly would say, "Hey, do you want to try this section of the PCT this weekend?" And a lot of people would come out and try it, and it was just so cool to just show you and explore all these different areas that are so close to us. And to Jerry and Haley, guys.
All right, so I'm missing one participation award, but I'm going to call everybody up. Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to start with Dylan. It starts with A. Dylan Anderson. Okay, so hopefully I won't talk too long, but I just kind of want to talk a little bit about each of the members here a little bit. Obviously, I met him years and years ago when Aleko was the unofficial mascot for Coach Pete's team, and so I always knew your older brother, and then you were the younger brother at the time. But then getting to know you through as Mrs. Coach, being the soccer mom kind of person, it was really fun to actually finally get you as one of my and what was so great, and the reason why we really wanted to bring Brandon Roquet here tonight was really because we wanted to honor Dylan for all 4 years that he ran for the cross-country team for Vasquez. And that's pretty fantastic already, because we all know that one of the things that Mari and I both tried to do this year is we fought to get a team for him and for the rest of the boys to have a boys team, because originally we had set up as a group that I was going to be the boys coach and Mari was going to be the girls coach. And man, we tried everybody. We were just begging and pleading with everybody trying to get just a team for him. And, you know, that saying where, right, running's the other team's punishment, well, that happened a lot. I heard that more times than I know what to do with. But so I guess my point is that he and Zach were pretty much it for the boys team. And what was pretty hard, I think, on Dylan this year is because it was his senior year, and he still did an amazing job. He was he made all league again this year. He went to CIF, and that's a little bit harder to do when you're an individual runner than when you're going as a team. And that people think that running a lot of times is an individual sport. It's just as much a team sport as an individual sport. And a lot of times he was just so much faster than the other kids that half the time I was like, oh, go run 2 extra miles and we'll catch up with you. Or do a couple laps around the block and we'll get you. You know, and half the time I'm like, did you get there? Did you find it? You know, I'd make up these courses and he'd be like, yeah, I think I got there, you know, because I always had to add on to his course compared to everybody else's. But so I wanted to just say thank you for that and all your hard work. And he's an awesome kid and just an amazing captain. Again, I think what I loved about him being the captain, and again, you know, I know we just said this, but there were some things we just didn't know. And one of them was seriously putting together like a pop-up tent, you know, or how to work the buses to get the lever open. He was there. He was always there. Never asked. He just was there. He was always helpful, first one to grab things, first one to grab my coolers, help me out, and kind of like the big brother to all these girls. I mean, he had to deal with all their little antics, that's for sure. Doing the frog jump, do this, do that. Star jump. So he was a team player in that way too, so thank you. And I'm going to miss you. You kids. All right. Marina, you're up next. Marina Costin. Okay. So I just want to say, hard worker. Oh my gosh. Never gave up. Love it. Love it. Always was there. Always willing to work hard. You know, just I guess one of the things that, you know, we had a situation where, I know some of you know about this and kind of how Mount Sac works, but there's one course that they close off a gate, and they close it off based on time, and if you don't make it through that gate, then you cannot finish that race for that particular time. And I want to bring this up because this really talks a lot about who she is as a person. Last year, she wasn't able to make the gate. And strategically, as coaches and as a team, we had worked it out that on what she could do to make that gate. And she went into that with the fear that she wouldn't make that gate, and she knew it was going to be tough, and she still just did it in terms of just really wanting it. And we had a situation where the race before ours, they messed up, and they started the race too early, and what happens is the reason why they have to close off the gate is that because runners come through the start line. So they do them in waves. And so what had happened is the runners that were in the last race were coming through as they started the new race. So the runners that are on like about 1.25 miles, or probably about 1.6 or so, they come through and they started, and what they did it is they would offset the girls and the boys' races. So the boys, it was a boys' race with the girls coming off. And so the boys were just flying off the start line. And the girls were just getting trampled. It was just so poorly managed in that one moment. So what they decided to do is they started the next girls' heat 1.5 minutes too late. But they didn't tell the gate people. So we had Marina that was right on target. She was wearing my watch, so I know for sure she made it. And then we also had Mackenzie, and they shut the gate. And I was just so devastated for you because she made it. And
You worked so hard
it
to
wasn't,
get that.
yeah. So I love the fact that she never gave up and that she worked so hard. And so I want to thank you for that. Yeah, right. Woo! Okay, Emily, you're next. All right, so I've been fortunate enough to get to know Emily even a little bit more because there's a couple of us that have been running longer. Because she came to me and she said, "Hey, I want to do a half marathon." I'm like, okay. So we've been taking the last couple of months. She and I and Marie have been doing a little extra training. So it's been nice that I've got to know her even a little bit better. But again, she's one of those people, certainly, that there's a reason why people notice her. She works so hard. She's determined. She's focused. She thinks about things. And she was always the one that would be like, well, why are we doing this? How will this help me? What should my pace be? And as a coach, she made me work harder and be a better coach. And I really always appreciated that. And one day we were doing this training and I was like, oh, Meb does this. This works. Meb's an amazing runner, you know. And she's like, who's Meb? And then I was like, wow, I just totally aged myself. So I know you're young too, so don't age me. But she went back and she went up and she started looking up who Meb was, and she comes back and she's like, okay, Meb's this, he got this time, he's this tall, he's got this daughter, and I was just like, okay, I didn't even give you a homework assignment, but okay, that's cool. So she's one of those people that I hope I know all of you guys in like 10, 15 years, but I hope one day, because she's one of those people that I think will be a lifelong runner, not just a high school runner, and I hope I get some kind of email from her or just something where she's going to be a kick-ass surgeon, and I know it. And so, thanks. You've been amazing. All right. Okay, so Zach was such a nice surprise. He brings so much to the team that I had no idea how funny he was. He's so witty, he's so creative, and he would say things that I'd be like, what? Really? And I'd be just like, I'd be in tears. I'm out there to give, and I'll be excited to see what you can bring even next year even more. So thank you. You're next. All right, so I would say of all the runners, she's probably the one I know the least. We just never seem to have that moment. She was a senior this year. You know, she definitely has been running for a couple of years, but she's a very committed, focused, determined person. And I would say of anybody, she's probably my one that I felt personally was the competitor. She has this amazing ability to just basically, you know, just go for it. And I love that. We didn't always get her a lot. She, you know, between SATs and boyfriend and job and the softball, which was definitely her first love. Cross country was not her first love. I got it. She had a lot going on, and I think it was one of those things that cross country just maybe wasn't what she wanted it to be for her this year. But what I really loved about her and I appreciated is that she stuck with it, and she knew that the team needed her, and she continued doing it, and she made every single race, and every single race she did her very best, and every single race she always was the competitor, and I love that about you. And you're going to go far. You just have that mindset just to make things happen. So thank you. All right, so Mackenzie came to me, well, both of us really, when we were doing our informational meeting, and she walks in, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna do cross country, and I was like, awesome, I got your younger sister last year at High Desert, so this is fun. You know, and Coach Pete got your brother, so this is great. We get all the Van Ornaments. And she said, hey, you know, I'm out here to just basically just keep in shape for soccer. That's why I'm here. I'm not necessarily here for cross country. I'm here to just keep in shape and to be here. And I love that, and that's great. She came in telling me that, and I was like, that's awesome. I totally respect that, because that's what's great about cross country. It's a cross trainer for other sports. But what I hope you're okay with this.